Stinker and hooked on the intro. What a great way to start. Yes, yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on Sunshine FC's YouTube channel, Top Bins, episode 5. I'm your host for the live stream tonight, people. This is not a full takeover. This is only a temporary substitution because Sunshine's off somewhere, but she's a big TikTok superstar. So I'm filling in her boots for this evening on the Top Bin Show, where we're discussing all of the big six clubs. Of course, Arsenal drew with Manchester City 1-1 today. Late goal from Martinelli. United yesterday, they beat Chelsea 2-1 in an eventful game, 2 red cards, all of that good stuff. And Spurs came back from 2 goals down against Brighton as well, people. And Liverpool won 2-1 to maintain their 100% record in the Premier League, beating rivals Everton in the Merseyside derby. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, though. If you're watching this live right now or watching this back after, hit the like button on the video. Share this out across all the socials and subscribe to the channel Sunshine FC. Hit the notification bell. Charlie's in the building. Prime's in the building. What you man telling me, man? You man good?
All good, yeah. Should be an interesting show. Obviously, good to be on with you, Flawless, as well. Always nice. So, and you, of course, Prime as well, regular with me on this show. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Big up to the chat, and should be a good show. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Big up, Charlie, man. Prime, what are you telling me?
I hate being right, man, about certain players at my club. Well, whatever. It's funny because for the last 4 or 5 years, we play United before they sack a manager, and I've been curious about what it's like to play United with the manager.
Carry on.
Lo and behold, playing United with a manager means you lose and your goalkeeper gets sent off within 5 minutes because your most experienced centre back fails to win a header against Benjamin Sesko.
Sesko is a beast in the air, though. That is one thing he is very, very good at.
Yeah, but he's also a kid, and Chalobah is our most experienced centre back. Chalobah is world class. Chalobah starts for every top 6 side in the league. Bayern Munich wanted him, So, yeah.
All right, well, you know what? Let's start there then. Let's start with Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1. Both teams going down to 10 men. Sanchez, who you just mentioned there, Prime getting sent off early. Casemiro then on some stupidity, him getting 2 silly yellow cards to equal it out, 10 apiece. But Chelsea's terrible record at Old Trafford continues regardless of how bad Manchester United are. So who do you blame? Because obviously Sanchez is coming for a lot of criticism. Maresca has come in for heavy criticism because of his subs, which I'm still trying to figure out why he made those subs as well. So floor's yours from a Chelsea perspective, Prime.
I saw the lineup and I understood why he played Fofana and Chalobah, because if we're going to go out and attack this Man United that is the worst we've seen since World War II and whatever, we're going to go out and attack you guys, then it makes sense that your biggest threat, your only threat really, is your pacing behind. So playing Fofana and Chalobah and dropping Tosin, I understand. I was worried about the ball progression, playing at the back, because Chalobah can't do that, and nor can Fofana, and never mind about Sanchez. But regardless, whatever, I understood the lineup. But then United start out the first 5 minutes, and they're getting onto us for why? For no reason. Why are they doing that? Why are we allowing them to do that?
That's it. Cool.
Chalobah and Sesko dueling in the air. Fine, Sesko's 6'5", and he's apparently this amazing. Yeah, he's an amazing basketball athlete. Fine, but Chalobah is also an experienced center back. This guy has played with Thiago Silva. This is a guy that, this Champions League experience, this amazing winner, Chelsea's best defender. How dare you send him out on loan to Crystal Palace? How are you allowing Sesko not necessarily even beat you in the air, but you're not putting him under any sort of pressure? As the experienced guy, I'd expect you to be able to do something against them. Fine, you lose it in the air. Sanchez, you're late coming off your line, and then you just wipe out Mbeumo for no reason. I would rather Mbeumo have just scored and be 1-0 down than you just wipe him out and get sent off. But whatever, you two, I expect mistakes from you guys. I was expecting to concede against Man United anyway from mistakes from you guys, so that's fine. Maresca taking off Esteval, I don't like it, but most managers, when they're down to 10 men early, they sacrifice the youngster. I've seen Conte do it when he sacrificed Jeremy Boga in the opening day in 17-18. So as much as I don't like that, fine, I understand it. But then you also take off Neto in the same substitution window. That doesn't make sense. You take off our only pace in the team. You bring on Jorgensen, you bring on Tosin, and then you play a flat back five because in your words after the game, you said United attack with five, so we had to defend with five. And our wing backs was Reece, who the consensus with everybody is Reece can't play as a touchline fullback, and Cucurella, who, as great as he is, he's not someone that's necessarily going to beat his man. I'd rather have kept on Esteval Neto, take off Chalobah or Fofana, and play a three of Reece, Fofana, and Cucurella, and have Esteval Neto play as like wingers, wing backs, and just go out and attack United. You're worried about United's attacking threat so much. Reece, Fofana, and Cucurella can handle that because, again, you know, this is the worst United I've seen since World War II, right? This is what everyone keeps saying. All the stats say that.
No, it is awful United. It's the worst United in the Premier League era. We'll say that much at least. So I don't get the whole attacking with five, so we'll defend with five. We don't attack well.
Yeah. Thank you. And again, it's also the same Maresca that said before the game about how he praised Amorim and said, I've been watching Amorim since Sporting. So you've watched all these games at United and you thought a United team that can't really like attack going forward, a United team that can't break down a low block, they've got a donut shape in midfield. You thought a man down, first 5 minutes, let's just sacrifice the game and spread. That's what you did. Because as much as I'm annoyed with Tosin and Chalobah, there's still enough time.
Your mic's gone, Mike. Your mic's gone, Prime.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, back. Go on.
There's enough time in the game that you can still win it within five. Like, it's just the first 5 minutes. Who cares? But you just sacrificed it by not having any legs in the team. And then Palmer comes off with a groin injury, which apparently he's been suffering with since the Club World Cup, which then it makes even more sense why we were trying to get Xavi Simons in. But then the sporting directors, you don't get Simons, and instead you go for Garnacho. So we have spent about 100 million, roughly, on left wingers just for Neto to be starting left wing for Chelsea. Just for us to have no backup 10 for Cole Palmer in case he's out possibly long term.
Now you signed Buonanotte?
Yeah. And to be fair, I think Buonanotte is a good player, but Maresca's not using him. So Maresca clearly doesn't rate him.
First, because he is the 10, because he can play as a 10. It seemed like a strange signing.
I know. And to be fair, it's a loan. It's only for a year. And I think we only loaned in Buonanotte because remember Bluco tried to sign Enciso and the deal it almost went through and then it failed at the end. And then we loaned in Buonanotte and then the Enciso deal happened and then he went to Strasbourg. I believe the only way we could get Enciso is by doing Brighton a favor. Because Chelsea love to do these weird deals where I do you a favor, you do me a favor. So that's the only way Buonanotte coming into Chelsea makes sense.
Well,
it's just so frustrating because we always find some way to mess up against Man United. And Chelsea fans, you guys always get gassed when we play United. This is the one time you guys have been worried. Why? It's the worst United team you've seen, and you were worried now. Why? And then we go and lose 2-1. And even Casemiro getting sent off doesn't mean anything because all of our attackers were basically off the pitch.
That's what I was going to get to. Maresca, the substitutions to me.
Yeah, it's awful. He killed the game.
I think that's worse than the red card. As bad as the red card is, like Sanchez was dreadful. Like the decision making the challenge, all of that. But I think Maresca is a bigger culprit in costing you the game? What do you think of Maresca's decision?
That I agree because there's still enough. It's only 85 minutes left. It's not that big of a deal. Who cares if we're down to 10 men? United are meant to be so bad that we should still be able to go and try and win the game. Like he killed it for us. He's taking off Esteval and Neto, and then that Palmer isn't fully fit. So in my head, I'm thinking there must be a plan to sub up Palmer eventually in the game. So you've wasted now 2 subs. Oh, you've wasted a sub with Palmer. And then once Palmer went off, I was looking at the game and thinking Reece is going to come off eventually. And Fofana just come back from injury. So he's probably going to come off eventually. So you're just wasting substitutions, wasting the substitution window for no reason. If you're going to take off anyone, right, the smarter sub would have been just take off Palmer because he's injured anyway. So take off Palmer, bring on Jorgensen, and at least we still have attacking threats to Esteval and Neto and João Pedro, and we can still get at United. But you just kill off any attacking threat we have, and you allow United to look somewhat competent. I still don't think you guys were brilliant in the game, but you looked competent. So frustrating. And Maresca, you need to hold massive blame for this. Massive blame. And we haven't started the season brightly anyway. A lot of things have been kind of results have been masked because of or maybe a lot of performances because we've been winning our games. And then the Brentford game, everyone complained about. I didn't watch, so I've got no opinion. Went and played Bayern Munich. The intensity, the press, everything was off for the full game. We were playing in spurts. And then this one, where if you'd beaten Man United, where we've not won in about a decade or whatever it is, everyone forgets about the Bayern result. Everyone forgets about the Brentford result. We just move on. But you lose in this fashion, in this manner. Listen, if you lose to Brighton and then you lose to Liverpool, then for me, I think this title race thing is done, bro.
Really?
Because going into the season, I was thinking, as much as I know our deficiencies were our defense, right? But I was still thinking that Liverpool's deficiency, City's deficiency, and Arsenal's deficiency was more or less equally as bad, where we could still have a good challenge towards say March, April, May, and then fall off and still be fine. But it looks like, I don't know, unless something changes, it looks like we'll still be fine and finish top 4 and stuff comfortably, because I still think we're better than everyone else. But in terms of being in this title race, no, it's not it.
And you mentioned Maresca there. What's your thoughts on Chelsea fans not only being heavily critical of him because of his decision making and substitutions in the defeat, but also certain fans turning Maresca out?
The fans, quote unquote, turning didn't back him anyway. So their opinions I don't really care about. But in terms of the honest fans, it is what it is. I said going into this game, if you lose against United, I can't defend anything. So I don't care. I can't defend it. And especially if we lose, we don't beat Brighton and we don't beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can't. Bro, this game alone is a sackable offense. Truly, you sacrificed the game. You sacrificed the game.
But you're not Maresca out, correct?
No.
Right.
Not unless you can truly get me a better option. But my bigger problem, which I've always been saying, is the sporting directors. Because we went into, after the Club World Cup, we ended the second half of our window. We didn't get a centre back. Then Cole got injured. Then Maresca said after the Palace game that basically he wants a centre back, but we'll see what happens. We didn't get one. We chased Xavi Simons basically all window just to not sign him. And then we go and sign Garnacho. But yeah, Neto's still playing left wing over our £100 million left wingers. What's the squad planning? What's the squad planning in that?
Yeah,
we still don't have a goalkeeper. And I keep telling people about Mike Penders, by the way. He's played 5 games, I think, for Strasbourg, and he's kept like 3-4 clean sheets. Like, if the plan wasn't to actually step up and challenge this year, fine. I would have rather we had kept Penders to play in the team. We had kept Anselm Mino and Mamadou Sarr, and just allow these young defensive players to like actually get game time and play. Achimpong should be playing and start. Yes, and having these same liabilities. Achimpong should be starting in this team. Why he can't start is because Chalobah is still here. We've been trying to get rid of this guy for 3 years under this ownership. He is still here. Yeah. Our best defense. We went to the Allianz Arena in Munich with Tosin and Chalobah as our centre back pair. Cole, rival fans can maybe still give him stick. I've given him stick for 2-3 years at Chelsea.
Yeah, I know. We are fully aware.
Our best. No, but like in the back end of the season, he showed me a lot. He showed me a level. Without him, it's so shambolic. We can't really play out. We can't seem, our defenders can't really seem to defend. But Fofana, I won't really hold smoke towards because he's just come back from injury. So who knows what he's going to be like. So whatever, his game against United, I don't necessarily care about. But the other two, what do we have? And also Sanchez. The annoying thing is he only misses 1 game. So, which he wasn't going to play against Lincoln anyway. So he's going to play against Brighton. And if he plays against Brighton, then I'm going to be on to Maresca. Because we can't keep defending Maresca saying, oh, but it's not his decision. He has to play Sanchez because of Ben Roberts. Enough of that now. We can't keep doing this.
Yeah, I get that.
It's so frustrating because Chelsea are so close. We are so close. But yet we're not going to do what's required to truly step over the line. And if it's going to be a thing where we're going to wait, we're going to challenge in 2-3 years, which is fine, then at least those young kids, let them be in this team playing over the liabilities that we have.
I fully understand that if the senior players or not. Let's get a somewhat neutral point of view. Charlie, your takes on the game. So not just from the Chelsea perspective, both sides.
Yeah, look, it was quite interesting. I mean, the game was essentially gone after 5 minutes, which I don't think anyone saw coming, to be honest. I mean, look, with Sanchez, I keep saying this. He has to be the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. Like, every other game, it feels like he's making a mistake. I think was it last season when you guys played at Old Trafford? Didn't he concede a pen or something as well? So, yeah, it's this guy. Oh, I don't know. Chelsea have spent what?
Charlie. Yeah, against Hoyland. Yes, it was him.
When Hoyland was going nowhere.
I think so. Charlie, you're forgetting that because of the Club World Cup final, this guy is better than Donnarumma. He's better than Magnon. He's top 5 shot stoppers in this league. He is just about top 10 in the world. This is the stuff I get told with this fan base. But that's now, ridiculous. Bro, the abuse I'm seeing Sanchez got because of yesterday and the abuse Chalobah got because of the Bayern game on Wednesday is crazy, because I've been saying this stuff, but it takes calamity for people to truly wake. Like this, I understand what Flawless feels with his fan base. Why does it take the end of the world to realize the world's ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I guess they, for some reason, no worries. For some reason, they haven't seen it until now, because I mean, even this guy wasn't even good at Brighton. Like, wasn't he like their 3rd choice? I remember at Brighton, because I know they had someone else. So honestly, it makes no sense. You guys have spent like $1 billion since the new ownership came in, and you haven't found a good goalkeeper. You could have had Magnon, like you said, in the summer. Didn't do it for some, I don't know why. I think that was probably even Donnarumma. I know he ended up at City, but why you guys didn't go in for him, I'll never know. So look, he cost you, and I agree.
Going in for Magnon before the Club World Cup, he was available for like 21 million.
Yeah,
we were trying to bring it down to 18 because he has a year left on his contract.
You lost him over the sake of 3 million.
Now we're seeing reports we're going to try and go back in for him in January when he has 6 months left. You see the frustration? We're in for Donnarumma, but his wages, he wants a certain amount of money. You know why? because he is a world-class goalkeeper.
Facts. And then you guys, I mean, what is it? You guys don't want to pay for Maignan, but then you'll happily spend money on Garnacho. It doesn't make sense. It's crazy to me.
And
I think you got
at Sporting, by the way, who
he's good. Yeah, I've heard he's good.
He's freakishly good. Yeah. So Garnacho makes is even more stupid because where's the spots now? So what, we're gonna get rid of Neto probably next summer. We'll sell him to Arsenal. And then our most experienced winger in our team is going to be Garnacho. From a Premier League point of view, anyway. He'll be our most experienced winger.
Because I think you guys have signed some good players, but you've also signed some scrubs, essentially. Garnacho, Buonanotte, he's decent, but it was a surprise. It was a surprising signing, but yeah, in terms of the game, like I said, after 5 minutes, I knew you guys were done, to be honest, especially when he then made the subs, which I totally agree with you guys on. The subs, for me, Maresca kind of ruined it because he should have, I understand maybe taking off one forward, bringing on a defender. Obviously you had to bring on a goalkeeper when the keeper gets sent off, but I can understand that, but to take off both your wingers made no sense to me. You surely keep at least one of them on. So even if you're playing a more counter-attacking game, you have an outlet that when you do get the ball, you can find them. Instead, I mean, you guys just had just the defenders, midfielders. There was nothing out wide. And I knew that when he made the subs, I was like, even against this terrible Man United team, there's no way. There's no way that you're going to get anything because, the subs especially, not just the red card, but Man United actually played the best football I think I've seen under Amorim, if I'm being honest. I know it was against 10 men, but I can't remember a half until Casemiro got sent off, of course, which I also think was completely brainless. Him to just, for his team to have an extra man advantage, then does a foul on Santos, who's going nowhere, gets sent off, and then it's 10v10. But before that, Man United, they probably played the best football I've seen under Amorim, and that's saying something. So, yeah, overall, I think Chelsea just completely shot themselves in the foot straight away. And I mean, Old Trafford to Chelsea is just kind of like Stamford Bridge to us, it feels like right now. So that's kind of.
How long you gone at the bridge without a win? What year was it?
Well, we have one in 30 years, I think, or something, which was in 2018. So it's
2018. Okay, just
so it wasn't like that long ago, but we have it's like our worst ever.
Yes, he was Chelsea manager.
It was what's his face? It was a Conte.
Yeah, that was when Conte was being a terrorist. Yeah. He said that we had to suffer that season. So,
hey, I know what that's like. Having a manager tell you suffering. Go on, Charlie. Carry on.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, basically, essentially, I think the game was Chelsea gifted it to United, and United took advantage. And obviously, they almost kind of screwed themselves over by getting Casemiro get sent off. But they were lucky that Chelsea had no attackers, even when it was 10v10. I mean, the second half was rubbish. Genuinely, I thought the second half was horrendous, that game. And it's just two teams that just weren't doing anything, really, if I'm being honest. And then, I mean, Chelsea got a goal back. I was thinking, maybe, but yeah, it was bad. It was a bad second half. And ultimately, yeah, I think Chelsea just kind of, gifted the game away, essentially. And yeah, you guys are. I think you are right, Prime, because I was thinking about it when you said it, and you're right. I think you guys do make a lot of mistakes against Man United. Do you remember the one with Jorginho where he took that bad touch and then they went through on goal? There's been a few, hasn't there? I seem to remember now. So
no, I fully hear what you're saying. In regards, obviously, you might have spoke both more. And everyone in the chat, run up the likes as well, man. Run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. Mustafa asked before I give my thoughts on the game real quick. Who was at fault for the second goal, Prime? Reece trying to clear it. Chalobah was there trying to defend.
Mazraoui, crosses it back in. I think Jorgensen has to do better because he... kind of like Sanchez with the red card, you're kind of late coming off your line. You come off at halfway, and then instead of trying to punch it, you just fall back. So that's poor. Towson's the tallest player on the pitch. How is a header basically right next to you and you're not trying to win it? That's poor as well. The Reece clearance, I don't necessarily have a problem with because he's at least trying to do something. but everyone else is just like poor. Like it's I don't know. And also, people saying about the was it the Bruno goal or something about him being offside? Like,
yeah,
I
was
don't.
offside.
Yeah, I don't get
Chalobah played him on. He played him on, I think.
Yeah, but I don't get Chelsea fans complaining. The ref, I didn't have a problem with in the game. I think the ref was fine. The problem is Chelsea keep making these mistakes, and Chalobah after the game was trying to do this apology thing he always does, talking about how we're not kids anymore, and about we have to step up and about responsibility and stuff. Our most experienced players in our squad are the biggest problems.
Damn.
Sanchez is 27 or something. Chalobah is 25, 26, experienced player and played Champions League, won trophies. These are the liabilities in the team. Even Tosin, I understand the function he plays because the only reason he's starting is because there's no Colwell in playing. But Chalobah's here as a starter, and he shouldn't be. He was out on loan in the first half of last season and barely played at Palace. Remember the first half last year when Palace were poor? Chalobah played a big part in that. But people didn't talk about that because Palace aren't a big club, with all due respect. So no one noticed that. But at Chelsea now, people will tell me Chalobah's our best center. If Chalobah's my best center back, then I'm delusional for thinking that we can have a title race. I'm so delusional for thinking that. I'll be wrong.
You can't win a title with Sanchez in goal. There's no way.
We can't compete for one with them.
No,
never mind win one. I didn't want to win one. I just wanted to compete. I just wanted the progression. But we can't really have that. So just run me fourth in a trophy this year, which I believe we still can do.
That's fair. In regards to it, from obviously you spoke more so about the Chelsea side of things, the United side of things. I thought we were terrible. Per usual, that's nothing new. That's any Manchester United performance in the past 9-10 months, however long it's been, usual stuff. We actually did start off well. For the first 5 minutes to the red card, we were actually the better side, moving the ball around. That's what then, and then doing the basics as well. Something I've spoke about many a times when it comes to Manchester United. Our centre forward is 6'5" and good in the air. Kick the ball long to him. I don't know why this is such a difficult. I don't understand why this is such a difficult thing for Manchester United not only to comprehend, but for Manchester United to do. He is 6'5" and great in the air. Bayern literally kicks it long to him, flicks it on, and guess what? We have quick players surrounding him. So you have someone who's great in the air, and then you have quick players surrounding him. So kick it long to the guy in the air so he can flick it on for the quick players. And it's raining as well, which means the ball is going to skid off of more of the turf. Defenders can slip, slice clearances, etc., and all these type of things. And then, then Sanchez is then got sent off. And I think we became worse once he got sent off. But then from when Bruno scored the goal, I thought we was awful. If someone wouldn't have told you that United were a man up, you'd have no idea. And that's inexcusable. We should have put that game to bed. The fact, and I was saying this on my watch along, why was the ball always in the air? I didn't understand that. Why? You are a man up, you don't need to force it. Keep the ball on the deck and just pass it around. There's spaces there. Because even the few times that we did it, we actually created opportunities. I know one of them's going around on social media where Bruno had the ball at the edge of the box and he should have played it to the left. Can't remember who the player was that was free, but he should have played it to the left. I think it was Ahmad. He should have played it to the left and he's played it to the right. And then what's crazy is Sesko was in a similar situation where we should have played it to the left, but we should have played it to the right, but he played it to the left. And that's the only times we did that. And the fact that it was Chelsea's own undoing rather than us being good or taking advantage of the situation is just absolutely criminal. Because if Chelsea would have left some of their attackers on the pitch, they get something from that game. Because once it went 10v10, I don't know what Casemiro was doing. Absolutely idiotic. No idea. The first yellow was stupid. The second yellow was even more stupid. Knowing you're a man up. Knowing where Esther... Who was it? Who did he foul? Who was the player? Was it Esteban? Santos, that's it. Yeah, Santos. You know Santos is going nowhere, but you know how Chelsea got the ball back for that second yellow? Ahmad kicking the ball long. You see how things are linked in? Us giving away the ball cheaply. There's no need to... Giving away possession cheaply is an unforgivable thing, in my opinion, anyway. But in particular, when you're a man up and you could see Chelsea were rattled up and were on the ropes. And that's why the second half was a struggle. Amorim doing Amorim.
That was a horrible game, that second half. Genuinely.
Second half. We had 27% possession in that second half. And he wants to, and this is how things always tie in and go full circle. I just mentioned the start about kicking it long. So our whole aim was to survive and kick it long, and he takes off Sesko. So who's buying there, kicking the ball long to? Like, what is going on? So you're kicking the ball long to Ahmad, and then Bremo, and then later on Mount, and then later on Cunha. Please make it make sense. And then they ended up scoring. Of course, Chalobah scored. I think it was Gusto who had a goal ruled out as well. Like I say, thankfully from a Manchester United perspective, we actually had. I mean, Chelsea didn't have attackers on the pitch, because if the likes of Palmer and Neto was on the pitch, they probably equalize. You probably don't win that game, and you can tell it's bad when you don't see Manchester United have beat Chelsea, and fans in particular on social media talking about how great it was and how we're back and what a great performance that we won. And I'm just like, this is disgusting.
Do you think it buys Amorim more time, Flawless?
Yeah,
of course.
It delays the inevitable.
Yeah.
It eliminates him getting sacked before this next international break. Because let's say we would have lost to Chelsea and then lose to Brentford and then lose to Sunderland, there is potential for him to get sacked in the international break. But I think this game has at least stopped that. But I've been saying this, after the next international break is over. Like, that quartet of games, he ain't got a prayer. Liverpool away, Brighton at home, Forest away, your lot away, Charlie. We don't do well at Anfield away. Brighton always pack us up at Old Trafford. I think they've beat us the last 3 times at Old Trafford. I think it's like 3-0 the last 3 times or 2 times. Forest away is going to be tough. And we ain't beat Spurs in like 3 years. So, yeah, see? You know what I'm saying?
Dunphy's not here. Dunphy's not here.
Hey, Dunphy, you watch it back. Yeah, man, love that. But yeah, that's where it is. So I don't think he survives it. No, like eventually, but it saves him for now. It does, and the fact that I'm talking about that in September is criminal, but it is what it is. But you lot continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, notification bell. What you say, Prime?
It's bro. After that red card, I just was so disassociated with the game, bro. I'm so done.
That's when you just knew.
Yeah, bro. I really hate playing Man United. Like, Flawless, you realize that I've never predicted a win.
Yeah, I get it, man. In particular at OT. Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you guys know that Man United Chelsea is the most drawn fixture in Premier League history?
Oh,
I didn't know that. Well, it don't surprise me because there's
the most drawn fixture in Premier League history.
There's been even when both teams are good or one team's bad and one team's good, there's been draws. It's not a surprise still. It isn't whatsoever. And we've both been obviously long mainstays in the Premier League as well. So I hear it. I get that. But Charlie, going to your team, 2 apiece, coming back from 2-0 down at Brighton. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I knew it would be a hard game. We struggle at Brighton. I mean, we lost the last 2 years there, so I knew. And just in general, their record against the Big Six is good. They're just one of these teams that kind of on their day they can take points off anyone, but then they'll kind of falter against sort of teams you'd expect to beat. So it's a hard game. Like it wasn't a game that I was like very confident we were going to win, even though I think we have started the season well, especially in terms of results. But look, obviously we kind of, I actually thought we started the game well. Like in the first 5 minutes, we probably actually should have scored, if I'm honest. My kind of only issue, I know a lot of people were complaining about Spence not playing. I don't really have an issue with that because I think Udogie is more than good enough to kind of come in. I don't think there is a drop off, despite I know Spence playing really well right now. But the problem I had was Xavi Simons not starting, and especially not starting in the 10, because he started the last couple of games on the left, and I've been screaming for him to just go into the 10, because when you put him in the 10, that's his position. That's where he does what he's good at. And when he came on, he changed the game. When he came and he played in the 10 for the first time, and that was definitely the best football I've seen from him at Spurs. But like I was saying, we started the game well, but then that goal happened, which I think is offside. I have to see maybe other angles, but it looks offside to me. I mean, I don't know what we were doing. Our defense hasn't been that high all season. We were playing Ange ball. for that goal. Genuinely, we were playing Anspel with the high line, and I don't know what we were doing because I haven't seen our defense that high all season. So yeah, he obviously goes through and scores, and I thought after that Brighton probably had the better of it. I didn't think we got going. I think the goal clearly affected us in some way, and then to be honest, their second goal that's entirely our fault. You know, we got pickpocketed when we should have cleared the ball. And then Vicario, I think he should have saved it. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a top goalkeeper, but he's got to save that. And usually he's amazing at shot stopping. That's the best thing that he has. But obviously that one didn't go to plan. But then it wasn't just his fault. We shouldn't have got pickpocketed. Bergvall, who has been playing well, he should have just cleared the ball. You know, he's trying to play out from the back. I don't know what he's trying to do. So, I mean, did we deserve to be 2-0 down? Probably not. But at the same time, I thought when they scored, we kind of lost our way. Because like I said, we started well. And then we conceded and it just kind of went to shit a little bit. But I thought after that, obviously we got back in the game. Richarlison, the purple patch continues. So, yeah, we'll see. His purple patch at the start of the season continues. Look, I'll just say this. Look, he's had a good start, but I want to see Kolo Muani start up front. Even Solanke, I'd probably, once he's fit, I'll definitely start him ahead of Richarlison. But obviously he gets a goal. And then second half, I thought we kind of dominated the game in terms of pinning them back, having the momentum and everything. But, you know, we only got one goal, which was the an own goal, the equaliser. Look, Kudus, who I think was, again, our best attacker on the day. It was a lovely ball, and obviously the own goal happens. But for me, my biggest look, it was good that we got something out of the game after being 2 down, because I thought at 2-0, I wasn't sure. Well, look, with our creativity issues, because obviously at that point, we still hadn't seen Xavi Simons in the 10. And because of our injuries, we don't have another number 10 in the squad. So I wasn't really, when we went 2-0 down, I kind of thought, yeah, like, we're probably not going to come back, are we? Just because I just didn't see it, to be honest, because we've conceded before the Brighton game, we conceded 1 goal against Bournemouth, and we just had no answer to coming back. We conceded in the first 5 minutes in that game, and that was definitely our worst performance of the season. And we couldn't come back. But look, we were much better against Brighton than we were in that game. Obviously, good to get the 2 goals, but frustrating that we couldn't win the game, because I think that with the amount of kind of, you could call it dominance in the sense that possession, pinning them back, you know, forcing them into dangerous situations, we probably should have got more than just 1 goal. But it's, again, the problem sometimes that we have when a team, and when Xavi Simons came on, this changed. We got so much better when he came on. But the problem we have so often is when a team, and I'm not even talking about a low block, when a team just doesn't leave space, we don't know what to do half the time, because what we're really good at, and this is just because of the style of players that we have. When a team leaves space, we're really good on the transition. Like, we can genuinely, when the game becomes a counter-attacking game, we can genuinely like play really well. We can get, like, we saw it like when we beat City. That was proper counter-attacking football. But when a team doesn't leave space, we struggle because we don't have enough creative players or forwards that can open up these types of teams. And obviously, it took an own goal for us to come back, even though I thought the goal was coming. But at the end of the day, I think if we had, you know, maybe a bit more creativity, I think we probably should have won that game, to be honest. But look, at the end of the day, we got something from being 2-0 down. So, and like I said, Brighton is a tough game. So, you know, it's not a disgraceful result, but, you know, it's a bit frustrating. It should have been better, but, you know, it is what it is. At least we didn't lose, because we lost too many games last season. So I think that, in a way, kind of drawing games is, I mean, it's obviously better than losing, but kind of the way I look at this season is whatever we do, whatever kind of the expectations are, we can't lose as many games as last season. Like, we cannot be losing 20 plus games, which I don't think will happen. I think with Thomas Frank, we're in a position where we're not going to do that, because from what I've seen from him so far is that he will adapt. He will kind of tactically change his game plan based on the opposition, which is what I really like about him. And I rate him for that reason, among other reasons as well. So we'll see. But listen, we got something out of the game. Obviously, it was kind of like against Villarreal, I didn't think we were good on Tuesday, but we did get the result, and we were good defensively. In this game, I know we conceded twice, but I still didn't think we were troubled too much in the second half, especially. But look, we're defending well, and that's clearly the strong point of our team. Like I said, for me, what we need to do is we need to just get Xavi Simons in the 10, get Kolo Muani starting, whether it's on the left or up front, go to a 4-2-3-1, because then I think we look at that. I think things just look a lot better at that point. And no, I think we will see that. I mean, Xavi Simons showed when he came on what he did, and he changed the game.
He did. He definitely had impact in the game. That was
in the number 10.
Had impact. Yes.
Yeah, and it was in the 10. So I think that for me, as long as we do that going forward, then I just hope that's the lesson that Frank sort of took from this game, that Xavi can't be on the left; he has to be in the 10. So, listen, hopefully, look, we have to beat Doncaster, which I think should be straightforward. But then I'm looking at the next couple of games. Wolves. I mean, Wolves is a bogey team for us. They're a real problem for some reason, and the fact they've got 0 points worries me. That does worry me for some reason. It's just one of those things. But look, I think we should be winning the next couple of games, hopefully, especially with how we started the season. I think we'll have enough. But look, not a disgraceful result, but definitely could have been better. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. But yeah, like I was saying to you backstage, I've been in party mode about Spurs because Levy's gone. Like it's been amazing.
Still about that,
Yeah, I'm still
Levy cartel is no more. Yeah,
they're all cartel. They're all gone. Yeah, it's good. It's something new. I don't know what it's going to be like. We'll have to see, but it's something new. So
I said the unknown is better than the miserable known. I hear it.
Facts.
I understand that.
Facts.
Trust me.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Over the miserable known. What are you saying, Prime, about Brighton 2, Spurs 2?
This happened yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't watch. The only game that I watched yesterday was the Chelsea game, and after that, I just clocked out for the rest of the night.
Yo, it was before Brighton Spurs was.
Oh yeah, was it free?
Fairs, I understand. Fairs. In regards to it, Charlie's assessment is fairly right. Like that's the first time I've gotten to watch Spurs this season in the Premier League. They did play well, to be honest, and them going 1-0 down was completely against the run of play. Like they should not have been 1-0 down.
It was offside as well. I still believe it's offside.
You reckon it was offside? You reckon they fudged the VAR, removed the line and things like that?
I mean, the angle I saw looked like half his body was offside. Genuinely.
Nah, when they VAR'd it, his arm was. If you go check it back, the highlights, his arm was.
But then you can't score with your arm. So then surely the arm doesn't count in offside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the bit that was offside was his arm, but the rest of his body was onside when they did the VAR because they did the graphic. But yeah, Spurs, that was completely against the run of play. Then Bergvall, who I thought was terrible. He was terrible the whole game.
And this is what I was annoyed about because he's been good the last 2 games, but he was terrible. Yeah, terrible against Brighton.
The fact that, and even outside of the mistake, he was terrible. And then he tried to clear the ball. Ayari's just hit an absolute wonder goal, and you think that's it. Because you mentioned it, Charlie, about Spurs' creative issues, but Spurs created enough to win the game, to be honest.
We did.
Like, I think 2-2 is definitely, at least a point is what Spurs deserve to be.
I think we should have won it based on the way the second half was. I think we should have won, to be honest.
I hear that. Well, like you said, the lineup, and then that's what it is. But yeah, in regards to that, let's go to quickly before we do close out. We'll start with you, Prime. Arsenal won, Manchester City won. Thoughts, Martinelli, late equalizer. It was saying I think it was like stoppage time or something like that. It was like 93rd minute. Something Pep completely embracing defensive terrorism. Let's just call it what it is. 5-4-1. I thought I'd never see the day where Pep would do that. So yeah, your thoughts on it, Prime? Are you really devastated, Prime, about that United Chelsea game? Aren't you? I can tell. Smile, Prime, man. It ain't that bad, man. You gonna win a trophy and finish 4th. You good?
No, it's not. It's not even the game because losing to United is, I was worried about that happening anyway. It's just other stuff. But yeah, I watched the second half and it's funny seeing Pep sit everyone behind the ball to see our result. That's funny.
Crazy.
And it's like, I think both in terms Arsenal set up the way Arsenal set up, like in terms of their lineup and stuff. I wasn't like really surprised. But I find it funny because I'm seeing the reactions from Arsenal fans online that how this game went up until Martinelli's equalizer is very similar to how the Arsenal United game went. One team scores early, then sits back and defends for the rest of the game, see out the result. Arsenal didn't really they attacked in the second half, but they weren't really troubling City up until that Martinelli goal. But it's funny that Arsenal fans are laughing at City for being defensive and negative, but they did the exact same thing against Man United. I think it's because City knew Arsenal weren't really going to threaten them. The same way Arsenal knew scoring early, United weren't really going to threaten them. But the narrative switches because of, agendas. But yeah, I just think this game just shows these two teams. Well, Arsenal definitely won't win the league. City, if Pep's willing to do this a lot more and be a bit more pragmatic in certain games.
That was more than pragmatic. At one point, I think there was 5-6 centre backs on the pitch. Legit, I think it was 6. I think it was at least 5 because he had Ake, Diaz, Vardiol. I'm missing someone. Yeah, it was Ake, Diaz, Vardiol. He brought on Johnstone.
He brought on that Nico Riley.
Yeah, but the point is I'm making, he was playing literally a 5-4-1. It was crazy.
Bro, I know that was a City team that had a few injuries as well. If Pep can do this in certain games to see out results, yeah, maybe this title is not done. Okay, because if I'm not going to win it, it better be City. I
was right. Stones and Ake, and then he brought on Nico Gonzalez. He was a DM.
Yeah. So, hey, Pep. Yeah, man. I don't know what sort of Freaky Friday happened between Pep and Arteta, but so long as City win the league, I'm happy.
But as long as City don't win the league, you said?
No, as long as they do win it. I can't have Liverpool win the league. So
it stinks all around. What are you saying about it, Charlie? Obviously, your arch rivals Arsenal. Yeah, and I know you would have probably been cheering on City. So yeah, thoughts?
Yeah, look, whenever it's Arsenal, it's a hate watch. It's as simple as that.
See, this is why we get on Charlie. I hear it. I understand.
100%. Look, I can't stand it. Genuinely. But
why are they your rivals? They don't have European heritage.
Fair point. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'm not being harsh enough.
No, you're just punching down, man. You got to. It's Arsenal. They
don't have any of these in there.
They don't have any. You got 3 of them.
Exactly. They don't have any.
It's like saying Fulham are your rivals, bro. Come on, man. Have some standards.
Yeah, look, let's talk. Yeah, if we talk about Europe, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Yeah, so nice. Yeah, 100%. No, big up to you guys. Big up to you guys. But look, on the game, both managers I think made mistakes in the sense that Arteta does what Arteta does, which is his cowardly style of play, which is in every single big game against every single big team, plays 3 DMs, sets up to try and keep it 0-0, nick a set piece, and hope that they win 1-0, 1-0 to the Arsenal, whatever they sing. That's the game plan from Arteta, and this is why he's a bottle job, because he doesn't prime that profile.
That picture is crazy.
I see what he done. There.
It's crazy, yo. That
you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah. And also, do you guys like my
That's funny. I can't lie. That is funny.
Yeah, there are certain things I want to use to describe these two, but it's Sunshine's channel, and I have some respect.
Yeah, exactly. We got to respect Sunshine's channel.
Yeah,
so
but I will be saying those things on Sarcasm City sometimes this week. So
yeah. What surprise!
Flawless has a banner. Sunshine doesn't have a banner. Flawless has one. So.
Yeah, that's facts. Go on, Charlie.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, with the game, like I said, Arteta set up in the way that I knew he would, which is cowardly. Just trying to stink it out. But obviously, Pep did the same in the second half, and Pep was trying to give Arteta a taste. That picture keeps making me laugh. Pep tried to give him a taste of his own medicine, and it almost came off. It was close, and I thought, to be honest, they weren't really conceding many chances. I thought that in the second half, City were compact. They weren't really leaving any spaces in the set, and Donnarumma wasn't really having to make any saves, to be honest. But it was the one time that they did have a lapse in concentration. The one time where they just let their defense kind of slip up. One ball through. Look, Eze, I can't stand Eze for obvious reasons, being a Spurs fan. But look, it was a great ball. It was a great ball. But I don't know what City are doing defensively, and then the goal happens. So yeah, look, I think a draw probably was fair. It's probably the fair result based on the fact that I think Pep, with the subs, I think he got it wrong in the sense he shouldn't have taken off Haaland. He should have given them more of attacking outlet. I don't think he should have gone to look. It's one thing to be a bit pragmatic and look to play on the counter attack. I don't think he should have gone for a flat back five. I think because I always think that if you're gonna do that sort of thing, if you concede, sort of the whole plan goes out the window. And you can't really get any usually with teams when they concede, when they're trying to do that, even if they make subs, they can't get any momentum going after. It's just something I've noticed. It never happens. Yeah. So I think that he made a mistake there, but then Arteta equally made a mistake from the starting lineup. So, and he realized, look, to be fair, he realized it at halftime. He brought Eze and Saka on, which is what he probably should have started with, to be honest. But yeah, draw, probably the fair result, I think. But City probably should have won it from the position they were in. So yeah, look, I think, to be honest, that game just kind of tells you more about Arteta. It kind of reiterates my thoughts about him that he will win nothing because he's a coward and he does shit like blame the ball as well. So I
said he's a coward.
He is a coward. Arteta, he'll play that way.
That's the politest diss I've ever heard, Joe. That is great. I love that, man. You are so respectfully disrespectful. It's great, but I love it. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, look, I got to do it like that. But he'll probably blame the ball next, and he'll blame the pitch. He'll blame this, bro. It's like this guy's he just makes excuses. It's as simple as that. Like for a manager that's spent they had a good window, all of that stuff, but they still employ this manager. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's it. And like he's their biggest issue because I looked at the Arsenal team he put out, looked at their bench in particular today, and I've said this before. I'll say this again. Arsenal have a team and a squad to win the league. The biggest issue is Mikel Arteta, and you've seen it today. There might be less crash out because Martinelli has scored that goal, but one, you're at home. Two, everyone is spoken in depth about City's defensive issues, and then their frailties at the back. And you don't go and attack that. And it's not like you have a lack of options. He brought Eze and Saka off the bench. You still have an Ethan Nwaneri. You still have a Max Darman, for example. Play your attacking players. Like, what are you so afraid of? Like, to lose is like playing.
Flawless. He doesn't want to admit he's wrong. Arteta has this big ego. He thinks that it's like he has his own world. That's it's just the impression I get from him. He has this certain way that he won't change. And it's just who he is, mate. Like
he's word to Ange, man, is who he is, mate.
Yeah.
And like that,
yeah.
And that's what doesn't make no sense and then you see it in the second half, like even the goal at Martinelli, that's an attacker he brought on to equalize. And I didn't even mention that. And the ball from Eze over the top, yes, City did fall asleep. Quality though. Absolute quality of the ball. And it's a great finish. Donnarumma should do better as well. I don't know why Donnarumma is in no man's land, but it's a fantastic finish from that Martinelli. And it's a quality goal, and Arsenal just wasted the first 45 minutes. Because if you went attacking, who knows if you get a goal and then City have to attack more, and then you can catch him on a counter attack. Then you can be a little bit more pragmatic. It's like you spent all this money and your defense is that good. Trust it. And it's like he doesn't, and you spent close to $1 billion and you're still playing like that, still looking for corners and free kicks and long throws. Come on.
I think as well. Sorry, Flawless. I think as well. Something people don't really talk about is I know Arsenal have a lot of defensive options and stuff, but this might. I don't think I've heard anyone else say this, but I actually think it's unbalanced. And the reason I say it's unbalanced is because let's say you want to change it up. Let's say you want to even go more attacking. It's always good to have attacking wing backs, full backs that can get crosses in because you've got Gyökeres up there who's supposed to be a target man and stuff. If you can get crosses into him. You'll probably get more out of him, but they don't have any fullbacks in their squad. He just plays Arteta. He just plays four centre backs across the four, and I'm like, at least have a couple of fullbacks in there where if you want to change it, if you want to play maybe against sort of not even against City, but against sort of the lower teams, if you have two attacking fullbacks, you'll create a lot more chances. But he doesn't want to do it. He's fullback. Who's that?
This guy gonna say Saka. This guy is gonna say Saka. Joe, but you're right in regards to that. But even if you want to go with the flat four, then just play more attacking players in front. Have your flat four, have your 2 DMs, but then have a 10, 2 wingers and a striker. Like if you really want to do that, and it's just his reluctance, and then you see him make the change at halftime, and obviously the 2 of the attacking changes have got you a point, but it's an opportunity missed. But people do too much results-based analysis, because if they would have won today, people wouldn't really be talking about it. The Bilbao game, people didn't talk about it as much. You know why? Because they won. They should have packed up Bilbao. They should have battered them. That should have been, if he would have went for it, that could have easily been 3-4-5. Bilbao got no punch. They had nothing going for. They could all still be playing now, and Bilbao wouldn't have scored. And it's like you don't trust your defense, and again, just scared to lose. But hey, that's going to be his lookout, like you said. But one apiece, and yeah, Pep embracing. Pep got decisions wrong. He took a page out of Maresca and Amarim's book with the substitutions. It's like, why counter attack? Taking off Haaland, why? For what reason? Flat back 5, why? Like, I don't get that whatsoever. Like, trying to be too fancy, to bringing on 2 centre backs, bringing on a DM, and it's not like it was Pepper in the goal. They got better when they brought on Eze and Saka at halftime, yes, but so like Donnarumma was making save after save. There was nothing clear cut. So Mendy put one over the bar. Eze hit a good strike straight at Donnarumma, but that was it. Okay, managers, I think, just overcomplicate simple matters at times. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy. But yeah, you lot, run up the likes. We're gonna close out. Hit the subscribe button on the channel as well. Make sure you subscribe to Sunshine's channel, Sunshine FC, whether you're watching this live or watching this back. Hey, Charlie, shout out your channel. Let them know what you got coming up, where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, look, big up to Flawless for hosting. Big up, obviously, to Sunshine for having me on the show regularly as well. Yeah, look, subscribe to Charlie's Take if you haven't already. I did a rebrand for those that don't know during the summer and everything. So
love that.
Yeah, look, I've got a couple of shows coming up. I'm live tomorrow and Thursday. So, and I'm doing a lot of videos as well at the moment. So if you want to hear, a lot of Spurs content, but also just general football content, then yeah, check it out. And yeah, that's kind of what I have coming up at the moment. So yeah, look, big up to Flawless, big up to Prime, big up to chat, and yeah, another good show as always.
Oh man, big up every single time. Prime, anything you want to add before we close out? Prime just over there feeling like death, man. Hold up, like the Grim Reaper, and like death and Family Guy. All right, Prime, man, we'll be all right, man. It's not the end of the world.
It's for I'm not. It's not because of like the result and stuff like that. It's
You know what? We're on Sunshine's channel, so I'm going to say what I was going to say. Go on, carry on.
I can't say it's not because of that either. Not what you're thinking. It's not that.
I didn't say that. It's
not that. It's not that.
We're on Sunshine's channel, so we ain't going to go there.
It's not that. It's not that. Yeah.
Right.
Subscribe to the Clips channel, people.
Yes.
I will be on Mike's channel on Wednesday, and I'll say what I really want to say. And I don't know, whatever. Subscribe to Sunshine's channel, obviously. But,
yes. Make sure you lot do that. Run up the likes here on Sunshine's channel. Hit the subscribe button as well, because she's still providing you with shows, even though she's not here. Obviously, she's a big superstar on TikTok, all 60, 70,000 odd subscribers. So she's out. You know what I'm saying? Do big TikTok superstar things. So like we said, man, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to Charlie's channel as well. You'll see Prime here, there, and everywhere. Subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Clips channel. Subscribe to the main channel, Sarcasm City TV, which is mine. You all see me. I think I'm back here tomorrow with the women's panel. So I'll be hosting that as well. So that's gonna be good fun.
All for ladies first.
Yo, why are you laughing? So what's so funny, yo? Like,
no, it's because you're a girl. So it makes sense for your host.
Right, this is Sunshine's channel. We ain't even gonna get into that, people. So we are out. This has been Top Bins episode.
Will Tony be on tonight on the Arsenal show?
I don't know. I've not heard from him, so I don't know yet. I don't know. So we'll soon find out. Big up Warrior J in the chat. Big up to all the members in the chat. Big up all the moderators. Big up all the new people, all the regulars. Salute to the chat as well. This has been Top Bins episode 5 live on Sunshine FC YouTube channel. Thank you very much for tuning in.